The Flash Armageddon finale, was it good? Well, it is a very mixed bag. I feel like this episode, while as a episode alone, it was interesting. I was curious to see where things unfolded. Did it serve the crossover justice? Did it have edge of the seat, awesome feeling watching it throughout? There were times that it did, but there were a lot of moments here that felt like, hey, we have some stuff we got to just do. We have a 5-part crossover. We got to have one more part because we don't know how to wrap up, since we kind of wrapped up a lot of things last week in part 4. And that's where I feel there were a lot of things that were excellent. I like seeing Reverse Flash again, but this kind of felt adjacent. It didn't feel like it was connected to the story as much. You have Mia thrown in, saying, hey, remember this pilot that we had? But she really didn't serve that much of a purpose. Despero was here, and you got a finale fight with him, which was awesome. It was a great looking fight. The visual effects, everything about that was great. It just didn't have the payoff. The Reverse Flash, he just kind of stood around in a cage. Yes, we took his speed. Yes, we heard about more of the origin of the Reverse Flash, how he despised Barry, and how he doesn't have this rage, he just has this commitment. And while that is good, that's interesting storytelling, him just standing around, it was very lackluster. They teased about the police fight, but that happened within the first few minutes, and it's just like, okay, well, here we are. Mia and Iris had this whole debacle about killing the Reverse Flash, and I really found that interesting. It just didn't go that far. Caitlin stood up to Reverse Flash, saying how much she's hated him. And again, it's moments that are excellent, and it's like, okay, where they're gonna go? Nowhere. They're gonna go nowhere. Joe had a powerful moment during this episode, saying what a hero is to Barry and Iris, and being like, you guys, we save people no matter who they are, good or bad. We save people, and just showing full disappointment in these two, and it's very much deserved. Joe, that whole speech just was excellent, and it was so enjoyable. Damien Dark had one last moment with his daughter, and it was touching. I loved seeing Damien back, but he really didn't serve that much of a purpose. And that's sort of the theme with this finale. Excellent. Let's see what we got. Let's go here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Then nothing comes of it. Chester and Allegra, you got that hinted storyline from last week, and again, it's just kind of shoehorned in, and I enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed the dialogue between the Reverse Flash. It's just, as a 5-part crossover, this episode just kind of fell flat. It didn't have the value that the other 4 episodes had. I honestly think that it's not by much, but this was probably the worst episode, just because it didn't really serve much of a purpose. Yes, we got the gold boots, but like, cool, we got gold boots. Like, we've been waiting for those for years, and now we finally got them. But as a 5-part episode, as a whole arc, this episode kind of was just leftovers. It was the leftovers. Overall, I give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. It was enjoyable. I was interested in a lot of the moments. I was just kind of let down that this was the finale of Armageddon, when last week kind of felt like a better finale to the crossover. This just felt like a normal Flash episode. While the writing is still very much above what we've gotten over the past few years, I'm still nervous that they're going to drop the ball later on in the season. You're going to have Barry's kids going around and trying to deal with the timeline and all, which seems okay, but like, I'm going to have to see it. It looks like more of the same, and I really hope we had changed for the better. Let me know what you think, and go check out the whole Armageddon reviews over there.